They're putting their fingers crossed to see teachers go back to class. Then they shut down their doors.
Never.
90 days were granted to them in 2013. They failed. The orders were given to them on 3rd of June this year. They have refused. Further orders on 24th of July. They have refused. And clear direction on 24th of August. They have refused. What we are seeing is a game of connivance to paint the teachers of this country negatively. And we are further asking our members and teachers not to participate in any activity related to teaching connected to supervision of exams. Waachana na yayo mabarua ya exam cancel. We have not authorized any teacher to go back for work. So they should not take up duties and activities of Kenya National Exam Council, because in any case you have not completed the curriculum to teach the children. So it's wrong for government to use exam council to impose exams on students who are not properly prepared. They are ill prepared, and we maintain so. Because for a standard 8 candidate to sit for exams, they need 2 good months in 3rd term to complete the syllabus. That has not been done. For Form 4s, they need 1.5 months. That has not been done. And so we are asking teachers, because we hear they are being forced to go and collect letters to supervise and invigilate. They should keep up that business with immediate effect. That's a directive. Today, we have filed another case at the Court of Appeal, looking at the drama that developed in the court last week. Is unusual. We read a lot of interference in the proceedings of the court at the Court of Appeal. That's why we ask for an adjournment and ask for a 5-judge bench. We have since considered the events that took place in the Court of Appeal, where somebody is trying to micromanage the proceedings, so that the ruling is ruled in favor of government. Shame. While we are celebrating independence of the judiciary, there are still some remnants who are living in the past, and they've opened windows for interference by the executive. And we have therefore filed today formally an application that should be given a priority to properly constitute an independent 5-judge bench away from the current bench, which is handpicked and guided towards implementing the wishes of others outside the court to the detriment of teachers. So that application we filed, and that should be given priority tomorrow. And so the application by the Teacher Service Commission of appeal should remain suspended until when the Chief Justice himself shall constitute a free and independent bench to take up the appeal by the Teacher Service Commission. And in any case, if TSC is fair and reasonable enough, they should withdraw all the applications. Application number 196, Attorney General, move out of that court. Because they are misleading government. An Attorney General who is supposed to be advising government cannot marshal all systems of government to drag teachers for endless litigations in court. That's a shame. Because this is a matter that is left for dialogue at the table. And the presence of the Attorney General in court, the presence of the Attorney General and the advancement of the Attorney General of case number 195 is obstruction of justice and the rights of teachers.
Intimidation.
And to intimidate the courts, of course.
Yes.
That is case number 195. 196, TSC should remove, so that the orders of last Friday can work in the best interest of resolving this challenge. We are very clear about this. SRC, which we have maintained, has caused confusion that can bring down this country. With application number 2003, should also not proceed. So, all those who have filed our application, we should be given priority to reconstitute a new bench. And finally, Parliament is resuming tomorrow. And we have seen behaviors of members of Parliament outside Parliament when it was closed. Can they now go and talk in one voice in Parliament? We are challenging them. They should stop, some of them, transacting propaganda at funerals, in meetings, and telling us issues that we don't understand. This is a moral case about the rights of teachers. The judicial arm of government has done its business. It has prosecuted our case and given a determination. Let Parliament tomorrow suspend business.
Yes.
Because it cannot purport to discuss any other business. Suspend business and discuss the ongoing nationwide strike and appropriate money to pay teachers with immediate effect. If they don't do that, then they have failed the people of Kenya. Regardless of whether it's Jubilee or CORD, let them speak in one voice and salvage education. It is a shame that for 2 months, students are not in schools, in public schools, public institutions. And to the parents of this country, we thank you for supporting us. We see the pain in your faces, and we share with you in this pain. To the students, we see the agony you are going through. It is not our wish. It is not our wish. We will not be in schools until this matter is disposed of. If the government can solve it today, tomorrow we shall be in school without notice. That is our heart. So nobody should think we don't feel for children. We feel for them. And we also have children ourselves who are at home with us. And so this is a matter of great national importance that should not be politicized through statements that are not measured, especially from government. Government has responsibility to act and avail money and pay teachers. That is what is going to stop this stalemate. And indeed, if that is done, then it shall have solved the problem of long conciliation at the table. Parliament has the answer, and let them provide the answer tomorrow, not another day, so that peace, normalcy can resume in the education sector. With all those remarks, we want to thank the teachers of this country and tell them that the strike is still on. Nobody has called it off. And we are not about to until we are substantially satisfied. And we shall have filed certain issues in court on Thursday, which we cannot mention here. They remain pending, which we shall canvass. But so far as of now, the strike continues to remain very, very, very active. We are not about to vacate it because our objective has not been met. Until and unless that objective is met, or we are sure about a roadmap that will give us that objective, then let nobody be deceived to go back to school, to supervise exams, or to do other business. Let us remain within this framework of collective action of industrial action until otherwise advised. It is only the National Executive Council, through the Secretary General, that can declare the end of the strike. And we still maintain we are conscious of judicial proceedings and rulings that we would wish to comply with, but only after the mention on Thursday that we'll be able to consider the next course of action. Thank you, Mr. National Chairman.
We want to give you the password, because probably the government is taking long because they have not known the password to unlock this strike. The password to unlock this strike is 5060. That is the password.
Kwa account ya kila mwalimu.
Kwa account ya kila mwalimu 5060. Simple. And the lies that the Teacher Service Commission has just published about the allowances,
We have not discussed.
we have not discussed, and that is contempt.
Yeah.
Because
The court.
the court stayed all the payment of all the allowances. So we want to be very fair to the government. We want to be very fair to the Teacher Service Commission and tell them to study and apply the password to unlock this strike. 5060. Thank you so much.
Solidarity. Solidarity.
Eh?
Yeah. Sema yote.
Tulikuwa tumeshazungumza Kiswahili? Basi twasema hivi ili mfahamu, mwelewe na mfurahie kwamba tumekuwa kotini, lakini ile hamu yetu iliyokuwa imetupeleka kule, kiu yetu haikutoshelezwa, na ndio tunasema kwa walimu wanachama, kwa walimu wote, mshikilie hapo hapo mlipokuwa mmeshikilia, na mvute. Hapana, nasema mshikilie, mvute pale mlipokuwa mmeshika. Kama umeshika mkono, shikilia. Kama umeshika shingo, shikilia. Na mitihani msiende kusimamia, na wanafunzi msijishughulishe kuenda shule, manake huko mwalimu hata kuweko huko. Na nyinyi wazazi, tafadhali tunawaomba mubaki na watoto wenu, na tunawashukuru kwa muda wote huu na support ambayo mmetupatia. Na siri ni moja tu ya kuweza ku-unlock the stalemate. Mtumie neno linaitwa 5060. Mgomo utaisha, kwa sababu mwalimu anataka asikie mlio wa pesa katika akaunti yake. Mgomo umeisha. Swali.
My name is Maurice Sereta from 1FM. I'd like to know from you, Bwana Sekjen, you said that these are candidates have not been well prepared, and you've called upon your teachers and the members not to invigilate or supervise the coming exams. Maybe do we anticipate you people to call for an extension of the term and maybe the postponement of the KCSE, KCPE examinations now that the candidates are not well prepared?
Number one, we are not yet there. We have not started third term. And we shall start third term when the strike ends. And when third term begins, it is common knowledge that we must go full length, 2 months for KCP candidates to cover and complete the curriculum. Because if you sit for an exam without covering the instructional period that is designed by Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, then you've not qualified to proceed to the next level. So the instructional period has not been covered. That's a fact for sure. For Form 4s, they still needed 1.5 months to stay with the teachers, to prepare them, and to complete teaching this has not been done. So it's as good as telling us that in the month of August, after July, students can sit for KCP and KCSE exams that should have been done in the month of October. It goes logical. Yeah, and that is punishing the learners. That is also punishing the parents. That is ruining the future of students. And anybody can question the credibility of those certificates. Yeah, because it can't qualify you to proceed to the next level. Form 4s, because you've not covered the correct instructional period that is so desired. And for Class 8, if we talk about international standards and standards generally, that does not meet the threshold. Even if you're able to score an A and sit for an exam in the month of May, that is still not desired because you must cover the entire instructional period. You must cover the syllabus. So how do you hold students to go and sit for exams while teachers are away, while they have not cleared the syllabus, they have not completed the instructional period? It is going to be the first thing to happen in the world, the first miracle to happen in the world. And of course, this is not very strange with a mischievous minister called Kaimenyi, who is fond of giving instructions left, right, and center instead of providing reasonable leadership. If we had good leadership at the ministry, including even this stalemate, because a minister is supposed to advise impartially the government of the republic. And now this is what we are seeing. What do we call that? It is mischief. Somebody is taking education of this country on a long funeral. And it's unfortunate. It is not only disaster to the candidates, it is disaster to the entire public education and poor Kenyan's household, which is not right. And the same fellows have taken their children to international schools with other foreign curricula and waiting to be given air tickets to be sponsored to some of the best universities in the world. This is not right. Fundamentally, it's an abuse of the rights of those children. And it's an abuse of public education, which we must protect. The duty of any government is to protect public education. Yes, we have been subjected to lectures of how much money has been put in the sector. You cannot talk about pumping in so much money for sanitary towels. We have not seen the sanitary towels. Free primary and free secondary education funds right now, they are not in school. You see, there is more than meets the eye, and nobody is speaking about this. When we speak, they call us names, and they manufacture propaganda in some government offices. We know where those propaganda are being circulated, even in Facebook and everywhere, to spoil our names. But that is not going to stop us from speaking the truth. The truth is, education is being ruined systematically, faster and massively by government of Kenya. Let me say government of Kenya. Because if there is a minister who is supposed to provide leadership and is very busy presiding over the systematic destruction of the ministry, what do you call that? It doesn't make sense. It should concern him to conclude this stalemate. We get a viable solution, but we know he has been very active inside government and even inside everywhere in government. There are no secrets in this country. What happens anywhere we get to know. In fighting against the solution, we are sure if Kaimenyi was not the education minister, there would have been an answer to this problem. And would not be. That's the truth. I'm not being personal, but we are speaking facts. Now you want to ruin the children of Kenya by forcing an examination at the wrong time. Who will supervise those exams? Who will mark? And we have given instruction to our teachers. don't supervise. Please don't. Keep away. And don't mark. Even if you have invitation. We've got enough lawyers to stand for you and protect you. You cannot be coerced to do what is morally against our viewpoint at the moment. I think I've answered you very well. That's the position.
Of course, we have some of the teachers who may want to go and supervise.
That's why we are giving instruction.
Yeah.
That's why we are giving instruction.
What can be the
What do we know?
Where are they?
Where are they? Those are not teachers of Kenya. Those are not teachers.
There is a person there, my friend.
Let me answer you. Let me answer you.
Please.
We are aware that some individual teachers have been picked and are being coerced to pick letters and to supervise. That's why we are making that correction. Bring those letters to the nearest KNUT officer. Yes, and we'll give you legal protection. Once we withdraw labor, we've withdrawn right across the board. So there should be no debate about that, and we have given instruction. So that's our instruction to our members. So I think you are well answered, and our members are very cooperative. They will listen. Thank you.
No more questions. No more questions. No more questions. No more questions. No. Please, there is a person who makes statement on our behalf. Please. Solidarity.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity.
Thank you.
It is the KNUT. Kenya.